In the 1800s, Charles Blondin crossed Niagara Falls on a tightrope over 300 times while doing some pretty amazing stunts along the way. The crowds were always eager to see his bravado. A legend goes that he once asked his fans if they believed he could cross the tightrope across the falls and back. And they shouted, "We believe that you can do it." And so he crosses with the thundering white water several hundred feet below. Then he comes back. He then asks, "Now who believes I can cross it with this wheelbarrow?" They shout back, "We believe that you can do it." And amazingly, he does. The crowd goes wild, clapping and cheering. Now he says, "For my most dangerous trick, I'm going to push someone in this wheelbarrow across Niagara Falls. How many of you believe that I can do it?" "Yes, we believe that you can do it," the crowd shouted. "Okay," he says, "who will be my first volunteer?" Total silence. Everyone believed that he could do it, but they didn't believe to the point of trusting their lives in his hands. They didn't believe enough to get into his wheelbarrow. In the last couple of videos, we talked about key areas of our lives: our sense of self, our hope of happiness, and source of love. We know that we should trust Jesus in these different areas, but we're afraid, and so we cling to different things. Can I be happy if I follow Jesus? Will I be loved, or will I be alone? What if I don't want to give up who I am or different things that I love? I want to summarize 2 points from the previous videos. First is that anything that is not Jesus and his love for us is not who we truly are and will not, in and of itself, make us happy, nor will give us the love that we yearn for. If we place more faith, hope, and love in these things rather than God, then they're false idols. They are all sand. They are not the stable foundation on which we can build our lives. They fall short. The second point is that Jesus Christ is all sufficient. He is the rock on which we can build our lives, and his grace is enough for us. He will allow us to be who we are, to be truly happy, and to be loved and to love. When I was in college, in the hardest decision of my 20-year-old life, I broke up with my girlfriend of many years because I felt God's call to religious life. I knew it was the right decision, and I felt peace after doing so. But now I had this void in my life. Being at different schools, we used to chat on the phone every day for an hour. But after we broke up, what was I going to do with that time now? Where was I going to go for that intimate connection to share my heart and my dreams? But God is good. I turned to the Lord in Eucharistic adoration, and God has ever provided the love that I need. It hasn't always been easy, but his grace has been sufficient. Since growing in love with Jesus, I've never been bored. I can always commune with God. And I'm not afraid of death, for I know I am never alone, and nothing can separate me from his love. That's a love I can trust in, and a foundation I can build a life on. This foundation on Christ is necessary to respond well to any vocation. I believe that many of my friends were able to marry relatively early on in life because they know of God's love for them. An eternal, unconditional love, which gives them the strength and security necessary to make a commitment, to give their love for others. Next time, we'll offer some practical tips on how to move from the sand of false idols to the bedrock of Jesus Christ. But take some time to now ask for the grace to believe that his grace is sufficient for you.
Search me, Lord, see me, God, lead me along an ancient path you have in store for me.